So you're just some goody two shoes. I get that. I get that. That's what some people say. You're just some goody two shoes. That's perfect. Don't fight with anybody. Don't just be some type of super square. And you're holier than thou. That's what I'm getting. People are like, man, you don't want to fight and you don't want us doing this. You don't want to do that. Like, it's just some corny goody two shoes. Let's build on it. Let's talk about it. The reason the reason that you have to carry yourself in a certain fashion is because it's a lifestyle. Well, and let's just talk about some lifestyles that's currently going on out there that we see. There's a lifestyle where, maybe some guy's on Instagram and he's a baller and maybe not a baller, let's say a tough guy or something. So you on Instagram, you're a tough guy and you got to keep up that's your lifestyle. So you walking around, you got to curse everybody out. You got to, stand on business, all this goofy stuff, right? So that's their lifestyle. That's the person that you are, so, and that works for some people. Maybe, that's what they happy doing, right? However, when I talk to people, even those type of people, they got the same problem. Even the same person. It's like, oh man, I got to make all this bread. I got to make all this money. I got to do X, Y, Z. So, I could get, all these things and look flashy. No matter whether it's a tough guy, whether it's a flashy person, whether it's a person everybody, it all comes down to the same thing. They want to live a nice lifestyle and they don't know how to go about it. So that's what, and if you tell them the stuff at first, it's so contrary to what they've been doing. They're like, man, what? You may tell the person that's trying to get all this money, hey man, what you doing? Nah, man, I'm working here or I'm doing this so I could get a Porsche Panamera, the new ones. You saw them, they nice. I'm like, yeah, they nice. And then they're like, oh man. So, once I get the Panamera or whatever, then I'm going to be able to, pick up a lot of women, cause, ladies, that's a car that everybody knows that costs like $100,000, cause Porsches, they don't give you anything. And then you go into a Porsche, you say, hey man, I need a seatbelt. They're like, that'll be $50,000. That's just how Porsches are. You got to option them, cause which is dope cause you could kind of get what you want in a car, but it is a little pricey. Anyway, so that guy, he thinks that he's going to get that Porsche and then he's going to get the ladies. Then you got the other guy, the tough guy, oh man, I'm tough, I'm hitting this guy on top of the head. I'm lifting weights. I'm when I walk into a room, everybody's intimidated by me. So he imagines that, I don't know, after a certain amount of intimidations or pounds or something, he's going to be able to get the ladies and the friends that he wants, So no matter what the person is currently doing, they all come to me with the same thing. They're lacking and they want to do better. You know what I'm saying? Whether you hit somebody on top of the head or you scamming for bread or whatever, all this stuff is going to come down to the same thing. You want to be liked. You want to be loved. You want to be well received, right? So what I'm telling you and everybody else, you don't need $1 million. You ain't got to be the toughest person in the room. You ain't got to, you ain't got to be the snazzy, sassy guy cursing everybody out, hating women with nothing goofy. And it's not a goody two shoes thing. It's just about being a man or being a woman. You understand? It's about you being a person that people like, dang, I like that person. What they got to say, yo, what's your input on this? On some fly stuff. Cause we already know the guy with the money, what he want to do. We know the guy hitting people on top of the head, what he want to do. So it's just about that. That's all it's about. So it's not, are you a goody two shoes? No. Cause life is just not it. There's other things to do. You could be out here hanging with your kids, hanging with your lady, hanging with your friends, hanging with whoever. There's other stuff to do, you know? And with that being said, that's how we got here to the goody two shoes, portion of it. You're not being a goody two shoes. What you're doing is you're understanding people, right? Once you understand people, you understand what's important, what's not important. If tomorrow they took everything away from you, right? The only thing that's going to be important to you is your friends. Like, if you were laying in a hospital bed or something, you want to be like, is my mama coming to see me? Is my girlfriend coming to see me? You know, are my friends coming to see me? Can I eat? Can I do this? And that's not to say you shouldn't be thriving, that you should just be surviving and cut everything off. It's just to let you know that, yo, these are the things that's important. So if you get your social skills to a certain level, you're going to be able to excel at everything else. I'm a person. I go out a lot. A lot of places I go, I'll get, you know, I might go, hey girl, how you doing? You know, oh man, what time you get off of work? Oh yeah. Oh damn, that's cool. No, I just want a little blueberry muffin. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. Muffin's bad, but I feel like the blueberries give you a little energy or something. I might get it for free. You know, you go to get your car service or something. You know how they always got the 15,000, whatever. You go get your car service or something. I can remember one time I went and got my car service. I went and got tires, and then I had, this son like to the tail light or something, taking something out the rear of it, and I cracked the tail light. So I'm thinking that little tail light thing is gonna be, it's a tail light. So I'm like, all right, they're gonna charge me maybe $50 or whatever because it's in the bumper, and then they're gonna charge me like another $50. So it'll probably be like anywhere from $100 to $200, and $200 is on the high end for the tail light. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, I'm getting the two tires. I think the two tires is like maybe $1,200 or something for the two tires. It was something like that. Anyway, there was the two tires, so it came out to $1,200. I talked to the guy. He's like, I got a little 10% coupon. I was like, man, you got 10%? That's what's up. I got the 10% off. So it's like down to like 1,000 something, but it's still almost $1,200 in tax, whatever. So I'm like, man, you know what? I messed up the tail light, whatever. This thing keeps coming up. Yo, check it out. How much it is? The dude was like, yeah, that part is $400. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, we could get in a store, like everything would come out to $1,800. So I'm like, oh my goodness, that's 50% more than I'm at. I'm already at $1,200. Now I'm at $1,800. I'm like, yeah. I was like, yo, cause is there anything that you could do? He was like, nah, you know, I gave you a little off on the tires already. I gave you the 10% off, and you know, there's not much else. I was like, dang, man. I was like, yo, could I speak to somebody else? Like, you got a little manager or something? I could like ask him or whatever, you know? So manager comes out or whatever. And I'm like, oh, sir, you know, thanks for your time. I'm sorry to disrupt you or whatever. You know, I just came here to get two tires. I'm getting two tires. That's going to, you know, it's over $1,000. And I was wondering, you know, the light, I didn't think it was going to be that much. I was like, you know, there's a little, you know, I'm thinking the guy's going to agree with me and he's going to take like an additional $50, $100 off. So I'm like, you know what? I'm walking out the door, you know, $300 less than what I should be. I'm good with that, right? So I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, yeah, you know, I really, you know, I always have a great experience here. Every time I come, the people are always nice and courteous. This young man, he already gave me 10% off or whatever. And I was like, well, I didn't expect the light piece to be, you know, $400 and another $200. I was like, is there anything that you could do? And the guy looked at me serious. So I was like, man, I read people too. So I'm like, man, this dude, he gonna tell me to kick all the rocks. He gonna go outside and say, sir, I have a pile of rocks for you to kick. So, you know, don't ask me no BS like that. You saw I was in there on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to do something like that. So he was like, hold on, let me see what I can do. Right. So he looked at whatever part that I needed or whatever. So he wrote something down on the paper and he handed it to the guy. He was like, yeah, just give it to him. I was like, what? He's like, I was like, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Right. So boom, I go out to the desk. I'm like, gosh, just gave me the whole thing. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And this is how crazy it was. The guy, he looked at the paper too. He was like, yeah, so, you know, now he wrote it down as 1,400. I'm like, I was like, nah, he said, give it to me. Yeah, but he said, no, no, no. He was just talking about the part. He wasn't talking about the installation or whatever. And I was like, I'm like, Dad, homeboy hating on me a little bit. And then I said to myself, I was like, yeah, that is a lot of money to take 600 off. But I was like, let me just tell him to check. Man, he go in there and he come. I was like, can you just go double check with him? He go in there and come back out. And the guy was like, yeah, I'm surprised. You know, he said to just give you the whole thing for free. I said, oh my goodness. But that's the whole thing I'm talking about. You think it's a goody two shoes. No, it's a lifestyle where you're nice to people. And a lot of times that niceness comes back to you. Just walking in there, I got $600. The whole light installation was free. Plus I had saved $120. So that's $720. What's the tax on 720? I'm where I'm at is 7%. So 7 times 7 is 49. That's $50.20. We ain't gonna even do the $20. Yes, we will. So that's $49. That's $51.20 or something. So I saved $751, and I think I said 42 cents or whatever. I saved that much with this lifestyle. You understand? With the little goody two shoes lifestyle that y'all talking. Oh, I'm not talking to nobody. I'm too tough. I'm too rough. I'm too shy. I'm too this. No. This is a lifestyle. This is a dope lifestyle that once you get into this lifestyle, it's going to open all types of doors for you. It's not just about getting over like, oh, you know, I'm getting over on people because I done smiled my way. The car place out is $700. No, these people there, a lot of people are allowed to be nice back to you. This is what you're not understanding. A lot of people want to be nice too. And what do I mean want to be nice? A lot of people are like, yo, you know what? I could give out a free muffin. I could give out a free cookie. You know what? My company says, you know, I'm the manager here. We did awesome this month. You know, I could give somebody $100 off for 200. He might have been able to give, 7 people $100 off, but because they was all crazy and stuff, or maybe not polite to ask for it, he had that all bundled up and he saw me and he saw something in me and he gave me the whole $700. You feel me? You feel me? So I'm in there feeling good. He feeling good. Everybody feels good. It's like a win-win situation. All this, yo, I walked in there and they said it was, additional, $1,800. And I said, I could take my business somewhere. All that goofy stuff, you know, cause you think you telling somebody off or something. Yo, all that goofy stuff, yo, when you running out of game, just acting goofy and all that stuff, it never works. Like, who are you hurting at that junction? You're hurting yourself. You know? So that's what this whole, game is good. No, it's not game is goody two shoes stuff, man. It's just that if you want to live this fly life and have other people feel fly, sometimes there will be times you will benefit for this. I never had a situation where I ran out of game and I benefited. Not one time. I can't be like, yeah, man, I cursed that person out. I told him this, that, and the other. And yeah, everything was better. I came out with the W. Never, ever. Anytime I get into a confrontation or I run out of game, man, I come home hating myself like, man, why did I do that, man? That was corny. That was corny, man. You know, I did that to that person, man. Man, I feel like crap, man. I feel like crap, man. That was corny, man. Why did I do that to that person? That person got a brother, a sister, a family, husband, and wife. Like, that was corny, man. I could have handled that on some king mess, man. But that's the whole thing about the whole thing I'm trying to teach you guys about being fly. There's so many benefits to it. You know, there's so many. You're gonna meet people. You're gonna get things. You know, like you're gonna learn things. Life is just gonna be a better place if you're fly. Just being around another person smiling, it's just a nice setting. That's something that you need to get used to. You know, all this riff-raffing and fighting and arguing, even being shy. Like, cats don't understand. Like, I got a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of people. Hold on, let me sip this little drizzy drink, a little matcha. I don't know what this green thing is I be drinking, but matcha from Dunkin' Donuts. Hold on. there's a lot of people that are shy. And just because they're shy, they don't benefit. They miss out on a lot of things, you know? And it's not just about missing out talking to ladies. Yeah. Are they missing out talking to ladies? 100%. But they're also missing out on job opportunities. They're also missing out on making friends, going places, doing things. Man, I met a very, very good friend of mine. I was doing some software engineering training. I met a very, very good friend through that training because when he was in class, he used to always ask questions, and sometimes people get mad or they were too busy, and I said, man, who am I, man? You know what I'm saying? Not to help this person, you know, they're not trying to kill nobody. You know, they just want some information. So I always helped them out. And then towards the end of class, we became very good friends, and he helped me out. He helped me out greatly. You know, I ain't gonna, maybe another time I'll tell you what he did for me, but he helped me. He helped me out, you know? So there's a lot of things like you may not understand about being a good person, but being a good person, being fly and stuff, your life is gonna be so good as a result of that it's really, that's how you're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna be a nice fly person because there's so many benefits to it. So many benefits. You're gonna work better. People, oh man, go do this, man. I've been at my gig or whatever. Sometimes, you know, I ain't going to, just in case my identity gets out there. I don't want to say the things that have been done for me at the workplace, but there's a lot of things that have been done for me at the workplace. You understand? So, being a goody two shoes, you could call it that, but I just call it being fly, living this fly lifestyle. Getting a lot of stuff, meeting a lot of people. You're gonna get more ants with honey. That's a fact. Whether you purchasing stuff, your social interactions, you gotta think about this. That's 700. There's people that, I'm pretty sure most people make $700 a week, but there's people that don't make $700 a week, and I saved that at a dealership, you know, on some car stuff. You know, so with that being said, if you were a person that didn't make $700 a week and you saved your entire paycheck because you were a nice person, because you tried, because you asked, and people love helping other people. You know, that's how this stuff could benefit you. Or be crazy. Go out, hit people on top of the head, curse everybody out there that you see. You know, you know, curse the women out, curse the women out, beat up the men, disrespect everybody, look a mess. You know, have your appearance so that nobody wants to approach you or talk to you or be nice to you. You know, wear the clothes that you want to wear that only your guy friends like. You know, just be crazy if you want to. That if it works for you, it don't work for me. It don't work for me. It does not work for me. If that works for you, more power to you. But as I'm going to be doing, I'm over here being fly. You know, everywhere if you see me, I'm going to be smiling. I'm going to be smiling and having a good time and being fly. So, call it goody two shoes, call it whatever you want to call it. I call it the fly lifestyle. You definitely going to benefit from it. You're going to get more friends, family, ladies, everything. So that's all I got to say for today. But that's the goody two shoes report. You know, I know some of y'all, you know, the Kung Fu artists, you know, the MMA, people. No, I am not throwing people in headlocks. You know, no, I'm not going back and forth with anybody. No, that's not what I'm about. So if you want to do that, that's fine. You know, there's a lot of people like you have a following, you know, knock it out. But as far as me, cursing folks out, throwing everybody in headlocks, that's not, I wouldn't save no money that way. I wouldn't make any friends. I wouldn't get any money. I just wouldn't be, and I wouldn't even feel good about myself. How about that? Cause being a little, bad jerk, that, you know, my favorite term, that's beneath me. You know, that's beneath me. I'm not going to do that. And I suggest you make that beneath you too. Do something fly. Do something great, man. Instead of hate, do something great. do something great. Next time you in a parking lot and somebody almost hit your car, you could jump out the car. They did something wrong. You could jump out the car and curse them out. Or you could jump out the car and be like, oh man, no, I'm just making sure you all right. I'm good, man. I'm just making sure your family all right, man. Cause I saw, you eyes went forward a little bit. And that person be like, damn, that was kind of dope. So be that type of person. But I'm out. I gotta go do something real fast. Later.